Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. A couple of hours ago, by the time you're watching this, Keir Starmer gave his first direct speech to the British people as Prime Minister of this country. And in it, he was saying how bad things are and how worse they're going to get. Now, we've covered the fact that he's saying things are going to get worse. But he's saying here specifically that the upcoming budget at the end of October, he said, will be painful. And he said, and it was a very gloomy speech because he was talking about the state of Britain today, 53 days after he took power. And we can see how bad it is. We can see how far it's fallen in just 53 days, how much worse it's going to be over the next 4 years, 5 years, however long it takes. I don't think this man is going to be in office for long. They'll be replaced. I think they must be lining up now already to get rid of Keir Starmer from within the party, the Labour Party, and put someone else in, because they all know how awful what is coming truly is. What's astonishing, though, and, I don't know how he's got the gall to do it. He really is not reading the room. Is that he sat there and or stood there, should I say, he was on a lectern, but he stood there and he defended the massive pay rises to public sector workers that he's dished out to the doctors, the train drivers. Billions upon billions of pounds because he's scared because they threatened to go on strike. What a truly craven, sackless ball of pus that oleaginous tosspot really is. He doesn't have the balls to say no, but fortunately he says the British people are an unlimited pot of money to be taxed until the pips squeak, and I can give my buddies in the unions lots and lots of money. Screw you, Starmer. Screw you. I think the people of this country need to go on strike. We, as a nation, need to stop using the trains. Just destroy them. Just destroy. If nobody's getting on a train and nobody's paying a train fare, they can cut the trains, they can get rid of half the train drivers. And that'll please them no end, wouldn't it? Anyway, so he stood there in Downing Street today, giving this very, very downbeat, gaslighting us. Look at me, I've got my sombre face on. I'm speaking in my sombre voice. Oh, Britain's terrible. Blah, blah. He is gaslighting because he knows he needs to prep the people of this country for what will be one of the harshest, worst budgets possibly ever. And it will leave everybody worse off. Everybody, without fail. And those at the bottom, the most vulnerable of all, will sink. They will go under. He's already got it in for the pensioners, as we know, but everyone is going to get it in the neck. There's going to be massive tax rises across the board, even though they said they wouldn't, but we know they lie. They're all lying liars. And there's going to be public service cuts to an extent as yet ever unmanaged. People on the left moaned about Maggie Thatcher. Well, boy, people on the left are going to hate this lot worse than Maggie Thatcher, because nobody is going to come out of this thinking, what a great day. Nobody. This is going to kill. This will be a budget that will definitely have people dying. People will die as a result of this budget. Now, he, of course, is blaming the last Tory government, because, of course, he is, even though another 0.25% cut in the rates would mean that £20 billion deficit has gone. So, hey, all of a sudden, plenty of money. You don't need to tax. But, of course, they're not taxing because they need to tax. They're taxing because they want poverty. They want misery. Poverty and misery and keeping people down. The boot on a human face forever. That's how the socialists rule. They cannot build. They cannot make you better. They hate aspiration. They hate success. They can keep you down. They will, because that way they can control every aspect of your life. They're already cutting the winter fuel allowance at the same time as putting the price of fuel up. Pensioners will be £500 worse off a year, at least. Some will die because they won't have the money to pay their bills. So, yeah, and if they do, then that makes Starmer complicit in murder, in my view, because he knows in advance that this will happen and he's still doing it. Therefore, when they die, it's Starmer that's killed them. And we must never let this be forgotten. The Labour Party, the killer of the old, the starvers of children, is handling 14 billion in pay rises at a time when the country allegedly can't afford it. Rachel Reeves, we can't afford it. We've got a 20 billion pounds black hole to fill. How are you filling it, Rachel? By giving 14 billion away in pay rises to just 2 unions. Wait till the others see. National strikes will cripple this country. This will be a winter of discontent. Make no bones about it. This is going to be the first winter, and it's going to be like the last winter of the Callaghan government back in 79. At least they went 4 years before they destroyed the entire country. This lot are going to do it in 53 days. Well, 100 days by the time we get there. It is absolutely... I'm lost for words to describe how bad it is. At the same time, they've got NHS waiting lists coming out the wazoo. You do not know when you go to hospital, if you've even be seen. People dying in corridors because there's literally no one to take care of them. They don't want to build any more hospitals, even though they're desperately needed. With the population of this country increasing so rapidly, over 1 million immigrants, nowhere to feed them, nowhere to house them, no new doctors being built. What do you think is going to happen? Well, we know what's going to happen. People are dying. This government is killing people, left, right and centre. And 50 times they promised no more taxes. And yet more taxes there are. They're coming. Now, Rachel Reeves, has made some expensive and poor choices. She'll have to live with that. I don't see why the people of Britain should be responsible for her stupidity. People have told her these are the consequences. She does not want to listen. It's no wonder there were riots. And I tell you now, I can foresee that there'll be more hunger riots. Shoplifting will go through the roof. Already, police are refusing to even deal with shoplifting. It's that common. And so what will happen? Shoplifting will go massively big, simply because people who would normally never break the law will have hungry children, and they will just steal to feed children. This is where it's going to be. And then what happens? The shops say, well, I've had enough, and they close. And then you're going to get vast communities, huge housing estates with no food shops at all because people keep stealing from them. There's going to be starvation. When you're living in your little 15-minute ghetto, eating your burger made from insects, watching your football and drinking your beer, as Orwell said, then you'll be happy. You'll own nothing, but you'll be happy. You won't have a voice, that's for sure. All of a sudden, all those bad things that they were talking about under the Tories, they don't seem so bad, do they? They don't seem so bad now at all. It is going to get worse. Starmer is dead right about that. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's got no clue. And he can see no way out of the mess that he's made already. Let me know what you think. Take care. Goodbye.